Ah, you smell that, friends? That is the smell of greener grass on the other side. Everyone just breathe, take it in, take the air in. We have received our extension here. Friends, glad you were here. Let's talk about Fami. So obviously the news is, if you don't know by now you know, we have received the extension with the stock 180 extra days to capture, maintain a dollar bid price for the NASDAQ with this stock for at least 10 consecutive bidding days. So what is next for Fami here? Well, obviously we need this dollar to come in, but obviously leading up to this dollar, there's going to be some things that are going to happen here. The next big thing that we know of course, is this meeting here in December, about 2.5 weeks away as of right now. I am very bullish on this, don't get me wrong, but let me say this. I am a little at the same time bearish until we get to this meeting here in December. Now, I would not be surprised to see this maintain a 24-25 cent range or walk right back into a 30 mid-range bid price on this, but I'm going to be honest, friends, I really don't think we're going to see anything extraordinary happen here until we can at least get to this meeting here in December because let's be honest, okay, now we know that the extension has happened, that has been granted, that is great, that is wonderful. We don't have to talk about reverse splits, we don't have to talk about delisting for at least another 180 days unless we hit this dollar bid price for at least 10 consecutive days. So the next big pop, the next big news is going to be here in December. Now, of course, walking up to that meeting, I would not be surprised to see this get some bigger volume, get some bigger news come out with it. And obviously this thing is hitting the news waves right now with that it has hit the extension, it's being talked about. People feel safe, they feel better, they feel relieved to put money in this and see where this is going to go. Where I really get excited with this stock is going into 2022. It's like we're in the Fami boat and we can see land. It's just like we keep running out of gas and we keep having people bring us gas. The problem is they're not going to keep bringing us gas here. We've got to hit these new deals that are coming in. We've got to get into 2022 here, and my God, we've got to see this next quarterly come out and see what is going on with the financials of this company, and that's really going to do something right there. So this is where things get pretty interesting and they get kind of fun, at least for people and maybe myself that like taking chances in the market. This is one of those things where, okay, now we've received the extension and it's like, well, there's really nothing to lose here for a little while. Anything can happen right here. Anything is gained. There's really no more reason for this to go down anymore. Could we see a 20 cent hit? Sure, we could see this hit a 20 cent mark, especially if the market does not rebound more here. And today was actually not a bad day. The market came back quite a bit, or you can just really say it just came back to what it was a few weeks ago and it just didn't go down anymore today. So I know people get really obsessed with the hidden shares, the dark pools. I believe those things are important, but I really think when it comes down to penny stocks, when it comes down to generally most stocks, how I invest and how I look at things when I'm actually putting my own physical money into something, I'm really looking at quarterlies. I'm looking at deals. I'm looking at where's the company going. That's what I'm looking at. I'm not looking for Fami to have some super squeeze where I can just, cash out and leave everyone behind. I'm actually looking for this company to do something here in the near future, X amount of time. Would I love this to have some big pop, some big squeeze? Sure, absolutely. But generally, when you do see things like that as well, you're probably going to see them take some sort of stock offering. What I would love to see here with Fami is that they are able to have a slow walk up here into a dollar, bleed over into a dollar, and then have this stock really maintain that bid price. Because generally, what do you see if you've been on the stock market for any sort of time? What do you see when you see a stock go from 50 cents to $1 to $1.50 within a matter of 24 to 48 hours? You see a major crash within 24 to 48 hours after that. So when people say they're wanting this to squeeze, that it should squeeze, I really don't want this to squeeze, and really there's no reason why it should squeeze. This stock as we can tell right now, it needs news. It needs positive news about its financials, about the deals that are coming out here, and expanding into the North American market for them as a company. So friends, where the rest of this week lies, like I said, I'm going to be honest with you, and if you feel different, that's totally fine. I love hearing people where they think this is going to go here, but I'm really not expecting much here. I'm really not expecting much until we get closer to this end of December meeting here, this extraordinary meeting. I don't really think much more is going to happen this week. I think the rest of the week is probably going to be a washout. And honestly, as long as we can sustain this 25, would like this to get back to a 30-cent range, I'm totally fine with that. What I'm looking for is for this. I'm really curious to see what is going to happen with this meeting, what they're going to talk about. I mean, who knows what we could hear. Obviously, I let me say this. I have not talked about what I'm about to say on this channel because there's no proof of it. But obviously, there's a lot of rumors going around of a Costco deal. There's nothing on paper of any kind of Costco deal. If there is, please let me know. I would love to see it. But I personally can't physically find anything of that sort. So, but saying that, with this December meeting, they could bring up things like that they have new deals they've been working on going into 2022, that there could be some major deal that we just do not know about, and that could really drive the stock up. And here's the other thing too. When NASDAQ gives a company an extension, they're going to give a company an extension when they actually talk to the company. They're not going to keep giving a company an extension that looks like they're just not going to make it. They're not going to do it. So there may be news that, we as an investors, we just don't know about yet. There could be stuff out there that we just do not know about, with them filling out forms, contacting NASDAQ, and plus them releasing this news about this meeting that they're going to be having that they're not really telling people a lot about. There may be some things under the radar here that they are preparing themselves for here with this meeting, and that's why they weren't really talking about this having to meet this compliance of 180-day extension before November 30th. So, and this is kind of what you do as an investor. The longer you sit in the stock market and you play around with things, especially dangerous things as penny stocks, you have to be somewhat of a detective too, and really do research and think about, what's really going on here. I think there's more that they're not telling us situation. And this could very well be one of those times where there's something already set in stone, the paperwork's done, they just haven't told us yet. So friends, what I'm looking for is this December meeting. I think something really big could come out here that could really change this. There's no reverse splits, there's no delisting, nothing like that is happening, at least for another 180 days. But when we get to that time, hopefully we don't get to that time. Hopefully we hit $1 and sustain it, which I'm pretty confident that we will. I really am. I think this meeting is going to do something big, and I'm hoping by January, February, they can get these deals signed, done, and get some news out for us as investors. So friends, with all that said, if you've been in this stock or you're just now getting in this stock, we're going to constantly keep talking about this. I have quite a bit of money wrapped up in this. I know a lot of you do. A lot of you have a lot more than I have wrapped up in this. And we're pretty confident about the future, what this company can do and what they can do to maintain a higher bid price going into the future here. So I'm excited about next year. I'm excited about this meeting, and I'm excited to be a shareholder in FAMI. Friends, I will talk to you very soon. Remember, be positive, be you. Take time to invest in your future. It is so important, friends. I will talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.